and gentlemen, our guests, please stand as we welcome the graduands into the hall. we remain standing for the OSHA announcement and the anthem. Nathaniel and Javon Peters are playing the anthem on our national instrument.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lord Kitchener Aldwin Roberts Auditorium of the National Academy for the Performing Arts. We are making every effort to ensure that your theatre experience is safe and comfortable. In the event of an emergency during the performance, an announcement will be made and the ushers will escort you out of the building via the exit closest to you to the muster point at the northeastern car park at the entrance of the compound. You are to proceed immediately but calmly. Please take a moment to identify the exit nearest to you. Eating, drinking, and chewing of gum is not allowed in the auditorium. This is also a smoke-free building. Please note that any unauthorized recording of this performance, either through video or photograph, is strictly prohibited. A reminder that all mobile phones and other electronic devices should be turned off at this time.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nathaniel Peters and Jamon Peters. Please be seated, everyone.
Mr. Claudel McCullough, Acting Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education.
Mrs. Simone Haynes Noel, School Supervisor 3, Port of Spain and Environs Educational District.
Mr. Roger Prince, Guest Speaker.
Mr. David Simon, Principal, Queen's Royal College.
Mr. Irfan Mohammed, Vice Principal, Queen's Royal College.
Miss Asha Claxton, President, Queen's Royal College PTA, and all other PTA members.
Mr. Gabriel Gomez, Assistant Secretary, QRC OBA.
Members of staff of Queen's Royal College.
Parents, well-wishers, and specially invited guests.
And the focus of our ceremony, the students of Queen's Royal College. Don't they look handsome? Welcome all to QRC at Napa.
My name is Patrice Duggins.
I am Anne Bowen-Forbes. Patrice, here we are at Napa for graduation.
Really?
So many changes this year. Are you keeping up?
So many changes. Let me check. So here we are, first time graduation, QRC at Napa. And not to mention that the dinner and dance is on a separate date. Mm-hmm. Tell me if I'm keeping up. And so...
What about the design of our program?
I didn't get it. Whoa, let me see. Wow.
That's a keepsake.
And not to mention, check out our stage decor. Fellas, all this is for you, right?
So many changes. So far, these changes have been useful improvements. One thing we can be sure will stay the same is that with QRC, blue is the code.
Blue is the color. You all know blue, you get through, right?
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, already our evening is off to a wonderfully clever start, very characteristic of QRC. To the guys, our parents, what you see before you has been prepared by Team QRC. And our experience here will be the milestone for these young men. So let's get started with our favorite school supervisor, Mrs. Simone Haynes-Noel, who greets us this evening on behalf of the Ministry of Education. It is with such superb support as hers that QRC can continue to be exemplary. Please welcome her on stage.
Mr. Claudel McKellar, Permanent Secretary, Acting Ministry of Education. Mr. Roger Prince, Guest Speaker. Mr. David Simon, Principal, Queen's Royal College. Ms. Asha Clayton, President, Queen's Royal College PTA. Mr. Gabriel Gomez, Assistant Secretary, QRC Old Boys Association. Members of staff, parents, well-wishers, students of Queen's Royal College, class of 2025, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Much better. All right, so Mr. Simon, you know what I'm going to do now. As I always do, we must never forget to give thanks. And I am going to ask all the graduates to please stand. I'm taking you out of your comfort position for a while. Thank you. And as we give thanks, as we congratulate you for your successes for this milestone, yes, you would have worked hard, but we must never forget to acknowledge and give thanks to those who would have supported us through our journey. Am I correct? I'm not hearing you? Right. So let's start with your parents, your guardians, your supporters. And we acknowledge the efforts of your parents, your guardians, because they would have supported you throughout your journey, whether it be 5 years, whether it be 7 years. They would have provided whatever you needed to be successful, to make it through your journey. And we must never take it for granted. As a parent and parents, I'm sure you can agree with it. With this, it's not every day we felt like it, but we showed up and we ensured that you had what you needed to succeed. So after 4, we are going to take a deep breath in and say the loudest thank you to your parents, to your guardians. So I know they are not up front, they are to the back and up. So I want you to turn, look at them. Okay, let's go with a deep breath. Out. After 4, 3, 4. Thank you. Okay, that was the rehearsal. Let us try it again. And this time we are going after 3, 2, 3. Thank you. All right. And we are not finished as yet. No. To your members of staff, teachers, your principal, your vice principal, your support staff, and we all know parents, we can agree. I think I've lost count as to the number of clubs that exist at Queen's Royal College. And teachers would have given up their time beyond the call of duty to support you and ensure that you receive everything needed to make it thus far, and not only make it this far, but to do so with excellence. And we must appreciate their efforts and say thank you. So we are going after, I think you need a deep breath again. Come on. In, out. All right. After 3, 2, 3.
Thank you.
All right. You all may have your seats. Thank you. And I'm going to ask the parents and supporters to stand. You all thought you got away. All right. At one time, it would have been said that children don't have problems, they don't have issues, and they just have to exist and do what we say. But at this time, we must acknowledge their hard work, their dedication, some of them balancing extracurricular activities, excelling at their extracurricular activities, and also excelling academically. And for this, we must recognize their efforts, and we must say thank you to them as well. So we go after 2, where we say thank you. 1, 2.
Thank you.
Thank you. You may have your seats. And just to say, parents, you all did the students. My message and what I would want you to remember is very short, but I believe it's very applicable to today and to your journey moving forward. We are living in an information age where information is available at the click of your fingers, the click of a button. Artificial intelligence. Not only can I get information, but I can get any report written, probably even these greetings, in a matter of seconds or split seconds. But we must remember, and I want you all to remember, that life does not operate that way. As you leave school, some of you will know exactly what you want to do and the path you would want to follow. Some of you may not be very sure as yet, and that is okay. Some of you would have what you need to move forward, and some of you may not have everything you need to move forward based on circumstances. But I want you all to remember that whether you do something or whether you do nothing at all, one thing is certain: time is going to pass. You don't have to wait on the situation to be ideal. You don't have to wait for everything to be perfect for you to move forward. But while you wait, you must ensure that you sharpen your vision. Don't forget the path you would want to go. And even if everything does not exist, look at alternative ways in which you can still achieve your vision, and you can chart a course to achieving your vision. Because if you wait on that perfect day, seconds will pass, they turn into minutes, they turn into hours, they turn into days, they turn into months, they turn into years. And what you would not want is to look back, waiting on that perfect moment, waiting until everything was right for you to take that next step, and realize you would have done nothing at all. You don't want to look back in regret. Make sure you sharpen your vision, and make sure you look at alternative pathways to achieve your goals. Yes, technology moves quickly, but one thing you must remember: drop by drop will fill the bucket. And I'm saying this because we have seen numerous instances where students compare themselves to their friends or to other people who it may seem as if they are excelling faster than you are. But I also want you to remember that delayed is not denied. If it does not happen today, it does not mean it will not happen at all. I want you to stay your course, stay encouraged, and continue on the pathway to achieve your vision. While you wait, you are not going to throw a pity party. You are not going to say, everything is working out for everybody else but me. But as I said, delayed is not denied. You are going to keep looking for alternatives, and you are going to keep focusing on your vision. I look forward to celebrating your future successes with you, and I congratulate your parents, teachers, principal, vice principal, and I congratulate you. Congratulations on your journey, congratulations on your successes, and I look forward to seeing you in the future and celebrating with you. On behalf of the Port of Spain and Environs Education District, I extend sincerest congratulations and thank you to the Queen's Royal College and graduates 2025. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Simone Haynes-Noel, for your words of congratulations and your words of encouragement. I'd like everyone to know this announcement is for parents and well-wishers, not the students. I'd like you all to know that photography is allowed, but please do not use your flash. We move on in our program. With me, Mrs. Forbes, I'm asking you, the audience, and the young men, to consider the role that the PTA newsletter provides every Sunday evening for each school term for all QRC stakeholders, and consider the principal's guidelines, often short but insight commentary from the week past to take us into the week ahead. This is the thread that I am privileged to trace, for the message is consistent from the management meetings to staff meetings to school assembly. Mr. Simon is a visionary leader who sets the tone for the entire organization. Consider that his oratory skills contribute to our success as an institution. What I find most intriguing is the innovative strategies he uses to keep you teenaged minds engaged at these formal events. Can we all welcome Mr. David Simon, our principal, on stage?
Mr. Claudel McKellar, Permanent Secretary, Acting Ministry of Education. Mrs. Simone Haynes-Noel, School Supervisor 3, Port of Spain and Environs Educational District. Mr. Roger Prince, a very, very good friend of mine, our guest speaker. Mr. Irfan Mohammed, I apologize on his absence. He isn't feeling all that well this afternoon, but I know he's here in spirit with us. My trusted Vice Principal. Ms. Asha Claxton, President of the Queen's Royal College PTA and all other PTA executive members. Mr. Gabriel Gomez, Assistant Secretary of the QRC OBA. Members of staff of Queen's Royal College, both our teaching and non-teaching staff, parents, well-wishers, and most definitely, gentlemen, I've saved the best for last. The wonderful young men of the class of 2025. Can we give them a rousing round of applause? Gentlemen, before I actually begin, I want all of you all to take your program, and I want you to open your program, but I don't want you to look inside. I want you to look at the beautiful artwork that adorns the front. You are going to see the greatest educational institution in the Western Hemisphere in the background. Apparently, some parents don't believe that, so we'll do that again. When you look at the front, you are going to see the greatest educational institution in the Western Hemisphere. That's more like it, parents, with the best parents in the world. And to the forefront, you are going to see one of God's wonders. The Puyi in bloom. And the Puyi was the inspiration for my speech this afternoon, which focused heavily on change. So I begin. The Northern Range looms in an imperial manner over the Royal College, as if to signal its omnipotence. It is the perfect backdrop for an institution as regal as ours. Gentlemen, on your way to school, I am positive that you would have subconsciously gazed at Natier's masterpiece on countless occasions. So accustomed you would have become to its presence, it may have lost its majestic facade. Yet every year, just before the end of the academic year, a metamorphosis occurs. The blooming of the Puyi can be seen almost as part of a ceremonial ritual before you embark on your examinations, which act as traffic lights, directing you onto the path you will follow. Maybe the Puyi is one of the best embodiment of change that is so much a part of our lives. One day, it is simply there, existing, and then, as if by God's command, its bloom is sudden, majestic, and mesmerizing. Then, just like that, it is gone. Its carpet of flowers on the ground, soon to lose its splendor and fade into the earth that consumes it with gratification, understanding that it is the nourishment that keeps the cycle going. In the same way that you will experience change and be expected to continue on your personal journey that will characterize your lives. To the community, and that word is deliberate, it's not mispronounced, we are so great that we make our own words to go into the dictionary. So community for QRC doesn't exist. The word that prevails is community. So parents, do learn that, add that to your vocabulary, please. To the community, the Puyi in bloom is a perfect example of the embodiment of change. A Greek philosopher, it was, Heraclitus, who said, "There is nothing permanent except change." This is so true. Class of 2025, let me inform you that we all must confront change. Nothing is constant, not even change, for change changes every second, every day, every month, every year. Think about it, gentlemen. You have made history. You are the first class ever to graduate at Napa. Give yourselves a round of applause. A monumental change has taken place for Queen's Royal College, and you are very much a part of that process. Last year, when we held our graduation, not a single individual, including your principal, could have predicted we would be at this venue today. Yet, here we are. So get accustomed to uncertainty. Let me warn you though, change can be for better or for worse. And some of you young men are going to repeat those words later in life, for better or for worse. Don't say I didn't warn you. It can be disconcerting and overwhelming sometimes. But on the other hand, it could be comforting and exhilarating. No matter what state change leaves us in, though, it can be effectively managed, and I want you always to remember that. Your success will be determined by how astutely you are able to manage change. So I'm going to take you on a particular exercise. I want you, gentlemen, all of you, to close your eyes momentarily and imagine that you are in an optician's office. Close your eyes. Seen some of you with your eyes open. Imagine that you're in an optician's office and the word change is slowly coming into your vision. Open your eyes. As the word change slowly comes into focus, what do you see? Allow me to suggest, and this is only my suggestion to you, what those letters could signify to you as you gaze at them. Use my offered advice to be a guide to your approach to change as you boldly face your future exploits. So let's go. C. C could stand for consciousness. Be aware of what is taking place around you. See or feel the change and be cognizant of its presence. Consciousness may first cause some anxiety in the face of radical change. However, it is the first step in a series of steps that you must take. Consciousness will alert you of the dangers or the opportunities that may exist, while simultaneously challenging you to seek solutions to the issues you may face. It is a mandatory element in confronting change. Nathaniel Braden, a writer of American and Canadian origin, said this. He said, "The first step toward change is awareness. The second step is acceptance." Let both the awareness and acceptance be part of your conscious state. H. This one is very interesting. Hesitate only to ponder, never long enough to be paralyzed. When confronting and managing change, you ought not to hesitate too long. Unnecessary hesitation creates doubt, anxiety, and can induce a paralysis that can be deadly to your dreams and your goals. Procrastination is a murderer of dreams and should not be confused with pondering. To ponder for a while is always wise, for it ensures that thought guides your action. However, hesitating for too long can cause you to miss your opportune moments. Now, Miss and I did not compare notes. I did copy her notes, she didn't see my notes, but you see the general trend, gentlemen. Thomas Huxley, an English anthropologist, said, "Make up your mind to act decisively and take the consequences. No good is ever done in this world by hesitation." That takes care of H. A, and I think that this one is very important, adaptability. Adaptability is equivalent to the hemoglobin, which is the red protein that helps transport oxygen throughout your blood. So that is your hemoglobin, gentlemen, in your blue blood. As a blue blood, be A positive. In the complex confrontations that await you as you negotiate numerous changes in this fast-paced life of yours, let adaptability be your fulcrum. How you are able to negotiate situations that will present themselves in your lives will determine the kind of man you will become. If you are flexible, humble, and willing to learn, you are already on the way to developing a growth mindset, one that you must possess to be able to adapt in today's life. This A-positive blue blood that flows through your body should empower and strengthen you, enabling you to identify the availability of options. Adaptability must translate to options. Remain open to them and you will embrace change. Close your mind to them and change will consume you and you will struggle. Be smart and adapt, as these options will exist in the vast ocean known as life. However, I want you to consider this as you contemplate what I just suggested to you. Instead of constantly adapting to change, why not change to be adaptive? I'm going to leave that one with you to think about it. I'm going to repeat it. Instead of constantly adapting to change, why not change to be adaptive? In the true QRC way, we are not going to fully explain that to you, but I'm going to give you an example. The iguana fades perfectly into the green background. If you change the background, though, the iguana is in trouble. If you are chameleon, as we call it in Trinidad and Tobago, at 24 hours, you can change to any background that is presented to you. I want you to think about that. And navigate through the currents. A river flows through all types of terrain with one goal: reaching the sea. On its way through a variety of terrains, there are numerous obstacles, but yet they are unable to stop the river, just as those obstacles are unable to stop a blue-blood Royalian. Simply because that river navigates its way over, under, around, behind, and in front of the obstacles presented. Remember, navigating means going with the flow, conserving energy, and only going against the currents when it's absolutely necessary. And even when you go against the current, let it lead you to the very destination that you have set for yourself. Let this quote again, and this is one of my favorite quotes. I'm sharing it with you, simple as it may be. And I'm also saying this to you young men, when you are married, remember it, right? The river doesn't argue with the rocks. I'm sure it's only women who are laughing at that, because they know exactly what we're talking about. So let me start the quote again. The river doesn't argue with the rocks. It flows around them. My advice to you, gentlemen, adopt the wisdom of the river and navigate your course to success. G, again, pointing to something that Miss said. Grounded, you must always be. G is like your anchor. You were raised by your parents and those who love you, and you were socialized in accordance with a few basic but absolutely necessary principles. Principles such as honesty, morality, manners, humility, kindness, love, gratitude, and you know the others, gentlemen. Your college would have built on these cornerstones of what we hope you will see as your civic responsibility. Always remember that having these qualities in your arsenal would outfit you to be able to batter the gale force winds and strong currents that change is capable of sending your way. These qualities will be your life jackets, and you will see through these tumultuous waters that they will take you through. They will allow you to remain afloat as you emerge from the shadows of darkness, which will come, and the storms that one day may visit your world. However, know that if you remain grounded with these qualities at your side, you would have your starter pack for survival and success. And finally, E. This one, gentlemen, is the most important one. Everything that I said before pales in comparison to E. And I say it, and I want you to echo it to your parents at times. Remind them. E stands for enjoying and embracing life. Life is to be enjoyed. Do what brings you joy. Party, read, hike, travel, worship. Whatever brings you joy, you do it. However, always do it in moderation. Be reminded of that. And be wise in your choices. Remember, you are royalian, and allow the words of this Chinese proverb to always resonate in your ear. It goes something like this. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. Class of 2025, I want you to think, is it going to be walls or windmills? As I conclude my message to you, I want to suggest to you, we cannot direct the wind, but we certainly can adjust our sails. As those sails will become swollen by the winds that will surely thrust you towards success, I urge you to raise your personal sails. For without you even knowing when those sails are triumphantly raised, you, Royalians of the class of 2025, will return to port. And when you return to port, 3 words invisible to you, but visible to the entire world, will emblazon those sails. I think you know what those 3 words are, gentlemen. What are those 3 words? Magnum S, QRC. You are going to say it with me after 3, 2, 3. Magnum S, QRC. But the topic of my discussion to you is change. So I'm sure that you know that that is how I always end my speeches. But if the topic of my speech is change, then I must change how I end this afternoon, gentlemen. So tonight, to emphasize the concept of change, allow me to end differently. Tonight, I will say as I end, I will remind you that I did Latin at Queen's Royal College. Vivat e floridiat collegium regini. That means, gentlemen, long live and continue to flourish the College of the Queen, the greatest educational institution in the Western Hemisphere. I thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Simon, for not only do we always learn, we are inspired. Graduates, take mental note. If there's one thing you leave with today, what would your takeaway be from Mr. Simon's address? Carefully store these nuggets of wisdom and invest into your own lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, we pause now for our first musical item. At this time, as tradition dictates, let us welcome our graduating class of 2025 singing their college song. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. All right, let's give them a clap. Let's give them a clap, ladies and gentlemen. Let's encourage them. And so especially for the upper six, this will be, what would it be, the last time that they sing this song?
In this environment, yes.
Do you think you remember your school song?
Yes, I do. I can sing
I
it.
think I remember the melody, not the words, you know? Yeah, all right. Okay.
One of the highlights of our graduation ceremony is the valedictory speech. This is typically given by the outgoing the head prefect, who is Anil Gosain. And as has happened during his time as lead prefect, he is supported by the deputy prefects, Kiran Castillo and Kishore Martin. These are three valedictorians. There's not enough time to share how exemplary each of these gentlemen are. I will do one sentence: committed, brilliant, competent, humble, respectful. I can seriously go on. But you are about to get more of an insight, as we at the college already knew. Let us welcome them up on stage.
Mr. Claudel Noel, Mr. Claudel McKellar, Permanent Secretary, Acting, Ministry of Education. Mrs. Simone Hayes Noel, School Supervisor, 3, Port of Spain and Environs Educational District. Mr. Roger Prince, Guest Speaker. Mr. David Simon, Principal, Queen's Royal College. Mr. Irfan Mohammed, Vice Principal. Ms. Asha Claxton, President of the Queen's Royal College PTA. Mr. Gabriel Gomez, Assistant Secretary, QRC OB. Members of staff, parents, well-wishers, and of course, my brothers, the illustrious class of 2025. A very pleasant good night. Assalamu alaikum and sitaram to you all. It is my greatest honor to welcome you all tonight as a proud son of this college, standing amongst my brothers. Before we begin, I would like to recognize 2 gentlemen whose loyalty, strength, and support never faltered. 2 gentlemen that didn't wear the title of Deputy Head Boy, but who lived it. Kieran Castillo and Keyshawn Martin. You are my brothers, my partners. My partners, and in this period of leadership, the greatest blessings. We came in this together, following a path whose journey was new to us, but through every prefect meeting, every challenge, every last-minute task, we stood united. Kieran, Keyshawn, thank you. You reminded me that leadership is never a one-man show. It is a symphony of brotherhood. As we gather tonight, the moment is almost surreal, because as I reminisce on those days where we laughed in the halls of Queen's Royal College, those same doors that when we first entered seemed so large and unfamiliar, now a place we call home. Those times of chaos, joy, all led to this. And in the spirit of brotherhood, I'd now like to hand you over to one of those brothers, a young man of strength and substance. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to introduce my deputy head boy, Kieran Castillo.
All protocols observed. Fellas, we have made it. We persevered, each with our own story, our own path, but all decisions led to this point. This accomplishment of a milestone, and I'm proud of each and every one of you. Let's give them a round of applause, please. I would like you all to turn to your neighbor and tell them that you're happy to see them here this afternoon. Here in this gathering, we have some first-generation graduates looking to set a milestone for their own families and for the generations to come. We have future doctors, track stars, footballers, DJs, engineers, entrepreneurs, accountants, social media influencers, and future husbands. But before looking ahead, this evening we are warranted to do some retrospection. A wise man learns from his mistakes, but a wiser man learns from the mistakes of others. So, gentlemen, I'm adding one more thing for you to ponder on. And don't make time an issue. I know we're all unemployed. This evening, though, gentlemen, allow me the opportunity to remind me of a segment of your lives from the years 2018 to 2025. This chapter opened with our enrollment, may it be through your successes in SCA, applications into Form 6, or by any other means. That moment of acceptance would be clear in your minds, because in that moment you knew that in September you would be wearing blue and khaki. Daily, we journeyed to the college, we walked through those red gates, we tapped our pocket to make sure we had our ID card. Walking along the palm trees, we told everybody good morning and made sure to say it a little louder in case we saw shaky. We made our way to the courtyard, we lined up by our form classes, and we were eager to start our day. Form 1 birthed a lot of firsts. May it be your first school party, your first time eating mom's pie, your first time doing French, or your first time hearing Cinco Flexiones. COVID was a catalyst of time. One day we were sent home for 2 weeks. The next we were picking subjects and getting ready to start Form 4. Time was spent on PS4 parties, day-long Discord calls, and at that time house party was still a thing. Almost religiously, we would play Fortnite, Minecraft, Among Us, and we found creative ways to duck classes. Even some persons rub petroleum jelly on the camera so the camera wouldn't be working. Some of us started very diligent fitness journeys, others learned discipline. Fast food wasn't available, so we resorted to recipes on TikTok, like making 1-minute mock cakes, and some even ventured into making doubles, but I wouldn't say much on that. After dealing with a hybrid system, and then a shift system of side A coming in 1 week and side B coming in the next, we eventually returned to seeing all our peers back physically. Yes, we were supposed to focus on exams. Yes, time was running out. Yeah, we heard you all. But Intercal started back. Prior to that as well, our only other Royal League was in Form 1. And I would like to highlight in that fourth Form Royal League, we saw a left-footed free kick goal from our very own Master Gosai. In 2022, we had the privilege of watching World Cup games in class, and we also had an episode where we had a bomb scare, or a bomb threat rather. Exams came, exams went, we applied, and later in that same year, we entered sixth form. I believe that it is through hardships that strong bonds are forged, and overcoming not so good times is what also builds strong character. Form 6 was no joke, to say the least. It started off a bit rocky, but persistence and determination got us through it together. In this year is where the term round table was booted. Whatever happens in a round table stays in a round table. But it was in these very same sessions that we shared perspectives, we shared advice, and we provided a safe space for vulnerability and confessions. I saw rapid personal development in my peers. You all rose to the challenge, accepted them, and executed. All house captains, coordinators, prefects, club presidents led in their various capacities very well. I would just like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to you, my peers, for contributing to what I would say were my best years of school. The great philosopher Winnie the Pooh once said, "How lucky am I to walk away from something that makes saying goodbye so difficult?" I don't believe that we're saying goodbye, though. We're just not coming here every day. So it's more of a see you later, if you will. Gentlemen, understand the point that Pooh is trying to bring home here, though. We forged meaningful connections, love, joy, celebrated through shared experiences, and that in itself makes saying see you later a bit difficult. If you're feeling nostalgic tonight, please raise your hand. Whoever hand down is lying. But before I conclude, I would just like to leave a few words with you from the good book. It's taken from the book of Numbers, chapter 6, verse 24 to 26. And it reads, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace." This concludes my segment of the valedictory speech. At this time, I would like to pass on to my deputy head boy, Keishon Martin.
All protocols observed. First and foremost, I want to thank the Lord Almighty for the works he has done in my life. For me to have made it this far, standing here today, is nothing short of a blessing. Five years is a long time. For some of us, it has been 7. Yet they both have come by so quickly. Buoyant and wide-eyed when we first stepped into the college, now we leave matured and well-rounded. At Queen's Royal College, we have all been blessed to have basked in the holistic nature of the college. I can personally attest to the variety of avenues I've been exposed to and the different skills I've gained knowledge on or developed. At the college, we have a superpower called diversity, and there is no kryptonite for it. From scholarship winners to football players, track athletes, DJs, photographers, instrumentalists, and even the classroom barbers. The one thing that makes me proud the most is seeing you all displaying the willingness to learn and adopt some of these skills. And I say this because we live in a society where young men like us seem to be falling by the wayside too easily. Gentlemen, you all should give yourselves a round of applause. Certainly throughout the years at the college, we have been blessed to share various experiences, some more unique than others, but all cherished the same. From battling it out on sports day and in Royal League to uniting as one for SSFL matches. In all of this, there has always been one factor consistently present, which is our brotherhood. Throughout our tenure at the college, we have all experienced brotherly love and what it means to be our brother's keeper. No matter the situations we were placed in, even if we had disagreements, we never turned our backs on each other. Allow me to tell you a short story. Back in Form 1, I had a bad haircut. My hairline was crooked. Don't watch me now, looking fresh today. Right? And you know, your mother being caring, being loving, wanting to do what is best for you. My mother suggested that I put eyeliner to complete the hairline. So I gave in to the parental pressure and I went to school with this eyeliner in my hair. So while we were all lining up to go up to our classes, my good brother Philip Gray was staring at my head. And all I could think is, I hope he not seen this sign right now. And his eyes went from this to this. And all you hear is, oh, look, this man an eyeliner in here, boy. But I feel so embarrassed. I went and washed it out so quick. But despite that situation, Philip Gray and I have a bond today that is stronger than ever. Gentlemen, today marks the last page of the Blue Chapter. For all of us, it will always hold a special place in our hearts. But now we move on to a new chapter. We are about to venture into a world that possesses a multitude of opportunities that is up for grabs. But make no mistake, gentlemen, it is not all rainbows and sunshine. Now that we are all being trusted into the clutches of the world, we inherit everything that comes with it. Yes, that includes the bad aspects. But gentlemen, fear not. I am not mentioning this to instill a sense of fright into you. Yes, there will be obstacles to overcome. There will be persons that try to tear you down. It may even seem as though the number of challenges is greater than the rewards. And even if that may be the case, I incentivize you all to withstand the pressure and endure to the end. When it comes to this, my strength lies with Christ Jesus, in whom I trust to get me through anything. So, gentlemen, I encourage you to also find that strength in him and hold on to it. But, gentlemen, I would even say that we should all be used to the pressure by now. We were all once blue diamonds in the making, a process that requires an overwhelming amount of pressure. Today, we are all now finished products. So, gentlemen, I say this to you. Wherever the path that the Lord Almighty has set before you takes you, no matter the obstacles you face, you can overcome it. You see, gentlemen, we are to possess a mental fortitude that is unshakable. Persons will say things like, it's too hard, it is too much for you to handle, or even that you're not good enough. To those people that will tell you it is too hard, show them it is just your warm-up. To those that say it is too much for you, show them that it doesn't faze you. And to those that say you are not good enough, let your success speak volumes to them. As you go through life, the question you ask yourself should not be, am I great enough? Make no mistake, the minute you began to walk the halls of Queen's Royal College, greatness already found you. So the question you should ask yourself is, in what ways am I going to show the world just how great I am? Do not allow what's on the outside affect what's on the inside. People will talk, obstacles will come, but your value will never change because you are forever cemented in history as a polished, priceless blue diamond. As I close, gentlemen, it has been an esteemed honor and privilege to have shared memories with all of you. Every moment spent around you has been a moment spent in the presence of greatness. And as I come to a close, I have a question for our head boy, and I'm sure that it has all crossed our minds before. How was your school life with Miss Gosine being your dean, teacher, and mother?
Thank you, Kishon. To answer your question, I'll just tell you. I guess you'll wait and see. Please allow me to stand on the already observed protocols. Before we are students, before we are athletes, prefects, or leaders, we are men becoming. Becoming in a world that often tells young men to be loud before they listen, to win before they serve, to act before they think. But Queen's Royal College, QRC, taught us something different. Here we learned that real strength is not how much you can take, but how much you can give. Here we learned that the measure of a man is not his trophies, but his character, his compassion, and his courage. Character when no one else is watching. Compassion when someone else is hurting. Courage when the odds are against you. These aren't just values we memorize. They became the code by which we lived. They shaped our decisions, our friendships, and will shape our future. And this is what makes a Royalian. Not the blue and khaki, not the badge, not our magnificent building, but the brotherhood that pushes you to be better, and the family that holds you when you fall. Over these 7 years, I've learned that there's truly no place like QRC. Because what makes this place sacred isn't the building, it's the bonds. The unbreakable connections that make strangers into brothers, teachers into mothers, and classmates into family. I mean, where else can a boy ride shotgun with his principal while listening and bop into some soca? Mr. Simon, thank you for seeing me, just as not a student, but as someone worthy of that passenger seat. Your words as my principal will forever remain an inspiration to me. Diamonds, blue diamonds. And though he's not here, Mr. Mohammed, boy, PJ, that nickname has stuck with me since Standard 1. And even now, I'm not at liberty to share why. But who know? No. I see my parents laughing there. Mr. Mohammed always greeted me with a warm, "Good morning, PJ. I need prefects this morning. PJ, how are you going? Everything all right?" And of recently, I quite like this one. "Dr. PJ, you good?" I still remember that one time in Form 1, I did something and he was buffing me up and he started to say, "P," before quickly correcting himself to Anil. Or worse yet, when I was giving the school tours and he introduced me as, "This is PJ. Oh, sorry, Anil Gosain. He'll be taking you on the tour this morning." That right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is love. That is family. To my teachers, thank you for being more than just educators. To Mrs. Natasha Dos Santos and Miss Rona Cato, my physics mothers. Two women who always, without fail, pull me back whenever I strayed. I'll never forget when both of you looked at me and said, "Nick, I really love your mother, you know. She's one of my closest friends, and I can't have her son not getting her one of my subject, so buck up." To which I can now reply, "Auntie Tash, Auntie Rones, I did it because I love you." To Mrs. Natasha Romano, our prefects coordinator, thank you for standing by us always. You believed in us, you supported us, you guided us. To Mr. Sadio, my bio teacher and pool rival, and Mr. Guy, our one guy man. You two were like our older brothers. Whether it was Mr. Sadio playing pool with us in Tobago, or sending me a message the night before a bio paper 2 exam, not with exam tips, but to remind me that I could never beat him in pool. And Mr. Guy, your stories from university, your advice, your constant words of pride, we felt it. We appreciated it every time. To Mr. G.J. Birmingham, thank you for making learning memorable, chaotic, but brilliant. I'll never forget extrinsic and intrinsic proteins, the mass flow theory. And yes, thanks to Blackie and Spotty, natural selection is permanently carved in my mind. And of course, to the most unsuspecting of all, Miss Alyssa Lai. Once you get to know Miss Lai, you love her. She's always there, present and supportive. She'll say, no, we can't fix our labs, but still let us do it. She'll make a corny joke. You laugh, not because it was funny, but you just wanted to fix your lab. And now that I'm leaving, I'm going to miss every bit of it. But certainly, I can't forget Mr. Ryan Smith. More than just a teacher, our older brother, he was our chef whenever we had an event in school. Anytime we were privileged enough to stay back on the college grounds, cleaning, helping, or moving couches from the staff lounge to the main building and then being told to carry it back to the staff lounge. But more importantly, bonding. It was Mr. Smith, along with Mr. Joshua Peru Ishmael, who helped turn these moments into memories. These two men, both proud Royalian alumni, they listened, they related. They shared stories we'll never forget and created safe spaces for us to vent, to laugh, and to grow. Their presence is proof that the Royalian bond doesn't end at graduation. It only deepens. And though I've spoken mostly about these, of course, most impactful 2 years of my Royalian experience, it would be remiss of me to forget my foundation, the very beginning of this journey. I can never forget the teachers, the pioneers who taught us what it meant to be Royalian. From the best Form 1 class, Form 1O, 1O scholars, we called ourselves. A name given to us than no other than Mrs. Melitha Gary, and I'm so happy to see Mrs. Bradley in the crowd today. She was also our form teacher. Mrs. Gary and Miss Bradley set a standard for us from very early. They showed us that excellence isn't something to aim for. It's something expected. They were the first to teach us that being a Royalian means being intentional, respectful, and proud. But it wasn't just them. Every single one of my teachers, from Form 1 straight to Upper 6, played a role in molding us into the gentlemen that we are today. And in this family we call QRC, every lesson, every correction, every encouraging word became a building block in our identity. So to those teachers who may not hear their names today, know this: your impact is not forgotten. You are part of this legacy. You are family. But as much as I learned from my brothers, my teachers, I learned just as much, if not more, from you, my brothers. To Jahima Fan, you showed me the power of brotherhood. We may not speak every day, but when we do, it's always of substance. The day I was chosen to be head boy, you sent a voice note. I could hear the pride, the joy, the emotion. That moment will never leave me. Jahim, you are the embodiment of courage. On the football field, on the basketball court, and in life. You always stood firm for what you believed in. To Liam Blaze and Michael Elder, your smiles gleam with love and compassion. You were prefects I could always count on no matter what. That's rare. as family. And and though he's not here today, I hope he's listening. To Marcus Ellis, back in Form 1, I never imagined we'd be close. But QRC had other plans. You now stand as a symbol of courage in my eyes. A young man who looks hard work in the face and says, try harder. To Deshaun Cole, a student athlete, a duality I never quite mastered, but you have perfected. I hold you in high regard. To Anil Sital, Anthony Prescott, and Kailash Ramlal, 3 transfers, yet living proof that the strength of Royalian brotherhood knows no boundaries. All of you, Nehemiah, Josiah, you are part of us now and always will be. And to Christopher Bryan, a brother who in these past 2 years I've grown closest to, a true gentleman, someone I could always count on, my study buddy, my gym bro, my running partner. We pushed each other, laughed, struggled, and grew side by side. Thank you for being solid, consistent, and real. You are the kind of friend QRC blessed me with, and I will always be grateful for that. To my younger brothers, my Form 5 brothers, Jaleel Eugene, Sports Day 2025 belongs to you. You gave your everything. You showed us what it means to lead with your heart. That was compassion and sacrifice personified. Master Sakel McIntosh, my little brother, I boast about you with pride. You remind me of courage, humility, and confidence. Trey Padmo, a young man who shows what it truly means to have focus. Trey, you carry yourself with a great depth of character. That's rare for your age. Quiet but consistent. You're grounded but driven. You are the type of Royalian that doesn't need to speak loudly to have a deep impact. You are proof that maturity and discipline doesn't need to wait until Form 6. Stay true to yourself. You're going places. To all the Form 5 graduates, you too are on a journey destined for greatness. Carry the torch with pride. Hold the legacy of this institution close to your hearts. Let your Royalian spirit be the compass that guides you forward. Walk tall, love hard, and never forget the foundation that shaped you. This is your time now. To all my Royalian brothers, Sinan, Meshach, Jerome, all of y'all, whether we shared a class, a joke, a game, or even a look across the courtyard, you played a role in this journey. You made this college experience what it is. You made QRC home. And for that, I honor you. Before I go, allow me to thank my foundation, my family. To my father, Anil Gosain Sr., you are the man whose shoulders I stand upon in my journey toward greatness. Your guidance, your wisdom, carried me through every challenge. To my sister, my role model, happy birthday, by the way. I am very grateful to have you. Not just because we did all the same subjects and I got to use your notes, but because you've supported me, laughed with me, and at me, and you've always tried to help me, and for that I am most thankful. And last but not least, to my mother, my heartbeat, my jokester, my Form 1 dean, my French teacher, my everything. Fiona Gosine, for 7 years you were there. Every lunchtime, every laugh, you were my best friend and #1 supporter. Mommy, I love you. I love you all. So now, as I close, I don't ask why are you a Royalian. Instead, I ask, who have you become because of this place? Because QRC didn't just give us a uniform or a school song. It gave us the blueprint for manhood. It gave us a space to become sons, brothers, leaders, men of purpose. We became men of character, built in the quiet moments when we chose what was right, even when no one was watching. We became men of compassion in how we showed up for each other, through laughter, struggle, and sacrifice. We became men of courage every time we dared to rise and speak, even when we were afraid. And in all of that, we became a family of character, compassion, and courage. A family where bonds become unbreakable and memories become eternal. A family where love is loud, brotherhood is strong, and support never wavers. To my Royalian family, I thank you. To my Royalian family, I love you. Family, and of course, Magnum S QRC.
You have witnessed a little of the gifts and talents of these guys. Thank you, Anil, Kiran, and Kishon, for a memorable and inspirational presentation.
So it is time for the highlight of the occasion, the sign of completion, a mark of some measure of mastery, distribution of certificates. But before this, to commence this section, we have Ms. Dos Santos, Form 5 Dean, coming up to give her address. All who call in dibs that she is going to cry. Anybody? So we welcome Mrs. Dos Santos, Form 5 Dean.
I'm not going to cry. It is going to be very difficult not to cry after Anil and thee. Mr. Claudel McKellar, Acting Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education. Mrs. Simone Noel, Haynes Noel, School Supervisor, Port of Spain and Environs. Mr. Roger Prince, Guest Speaker. Mr. David Simon, Principal of Queen's Royal College. Mr. Irfan Mohammed, Vice Principal of Queen's Royal College. Mrs. Asha Claxton, President of the QRC PTA, and the other PTA executive members. Mr. Gabriel Gomez, Assistant Secretary of the QRC OBA. My colleagues, parents, and well-wishers, and most importantly, the wonderful graduating class of 2025, Form 5 and Upper 6. Very good evening to you. Young men, today signals both an ending and a beginning. You stand at the edge of a future brimming with possibilities. However, as you prepare to take that leap, I want to give you something that will serve you far beyond textbooks, beyond grades, beyond any award that you have earned here. That gift is the power of your inner voice, your self-talk. Positive self-talk is rooted in psychological principles that influence how you view yourself, your abilities, and the world around you. And it is important for you to anchor your self-thought in your spiritual beliefs and guidance given to you by your loved ones. The words you speak to yourself matter. They shape your reality. They guide your decisions. They influence whether you get back up when life knocks you down. And life will knock you down. But how you speak to yourself in those moments determines how and if you rise again. Too often, the first thing we do in the morning, and hopefully it is to say our prayers, but then immediately after, it's to grab your phone, it's to grab your devices, and be influenced by social media, likes, and other material that are quick to tell us what we are not. All of those filters, all of those reels, all of those things that try to define who you are. Try to define who you are. We gauge our self-worth on the perspective of others when what we really need to be doing is investing in your self-development. You must therefore be very selective and very critical of those that you allow to enter your personal space. You may ask yourself, I'm young, how do I develop myself? The first thing you must do is to identify your purpose. Your purpose may not be clear right now. And the truth is, your purpose may not be announced with a great deal of fanfare or euphoria. You may not be, and science students may get this, you may not be like Archimedes, who runs down the road naked, screaming, "Eureka, I've found it." But you must be willing to pursue yourself in terms of your health, your joy, and the ability to be such a person that you contribute in even the smallest ways to the betterment of mankind. Your blossoming into manhood is very much dependent on the way you train your mind. What you feed it will determine not just how far you go, but how well you live. The second thing that you need to do is to be patient. Let me take you across to a familiar site across Trinidad and Tobago, which is our theme for this evening. You're seeing it in front of you, the flowering of the poetry. It's a tree that stands still and seemingly barren for months. And then, often without a warning, it bursts into a blaze of yellow or pink blossoms, vibrant, unapologetic, breathtaking. That tree doesn't bloom when the world tells it to. It blooms because the time is right. Be patient with yourself as you blossom into men. Dr. Carol Dweck, the renowned psychologist behind the idea of the growth mindset, reminds us, becoming is better than being. I'd repeat that. Becoming is better than being. This means your journey isn't about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about believing you can improve. Obama's 2008 presidential campaign's key slogan was, "Yes, we can." It encapsulated the desire to be hopeful, to be empowered, and to be better. In your life, gentlemen, let your slogan be, "I can." Your third assignment is to refine your mental health. The past month of June was observed as Men's Mental Health Month. There is a quiet crisis amongst young men today. Mental health struggles, the pressure to be strong at all times, and the weight of expectations are real. And yet many suffer in silence. Gentlemen, you don't have to be your harshest critic. Be your own ally. Always remember that you are much more than your current circumstances. You are much more than your current circumstances. Your circumstances can change, and they must not define you. Muhammad Ali said, "It's the repetition of affirmations that leads to belief. And once that belief becomes a deep conviction, things begin to happen." Keywords: repetition of affirmation, belief, conviction, and then action is initiated. Positive affirmations must be used when you doubt yourself. Use them when the world seems too heavy. And parents, teach your sons that it is not a weakness to be kind to yourself. It is strength. Teach them that it's okay to feel, to reflect, to rest, and to take care of that undeniable, precious mental health. I asked a few of your form teachers for their words of advice to you, gentlemen. And without any prompting, Mr. Rampol's message to you was as follows. And I will try to do it justice. The real world is sometimes fierce, unforgiving, and yet beautiful. Be a man and keep fighting. Fight for your family and your children. Fight for the rights of others. And somewhere in there, you will enjoy the beauty of being a true man. Rampy, I got it right? Yes. So despite the many voices, those of the critics, skeptics, and doubters, none must be louder than the voice inside your mind. We as educators unanimously believe that you must train your voice to uplift you, to remind you of your own worth, to echo the truth even when fear tries to shout it down. In the words of Maya Angelou, do your best until you know better. And when you know better, do better. So as you leave this fine educational institution, carry with you our motto. And I hope the principal that did Latin doesn't school me at this time. Certant omnes sed non omnibus palma. It is the effort that counts, even though only one may win the prize. Keep trying despite your failures and mistakes. Be relentless in your pursuit of excellence, but be gentle in your pursuit of yourself. Let your inner voice be your loudest cheerleader, not your worst enemy. Congratulations, class of 2025, to the boys who have contributed in so many ways. And you may not know it, but what you give to us It's a form of mutualism that we require for us to continue doing our job, which has become a love for us. So walk proudly into your future with courage, with kindness, and with a voice in you saying, I've got this, I can. Magnum S, QRC.
Miss Duggins, she didn't come.
Not a tear. And so we thank you, Mrs. Dos Santos. You and your team for the past 2 years would have guided these boys, molded these boys, preparing them not only for their CSEC exam, but life after.
Yes.
And so we thank you. And we are about to present the certificates at this time. So take on note, audience, that in addition to their names, there are a few words, some adjectives that would have described the student. So, yes.
Yeah, each student submitted a few words to describe himself. He was told to give us 1, 2, or 3 words. Yes. So, may I ask the form teacher of 5R, Miss Vanita Lanchan, please join us on stage. Assisting us is Mr. Ryan Smith. We begin with 5R.
Liam Alexander Pacheco.
Come straight up. Outspoken.
Elisha Bechu.
A go-getter, hardworking and driven.
Israel Benjamin.
Ambitious, goal-driven.
Darian Bridgelal.
Understanding, caring, and willing.
Ethan Carrington.
Optimistic.
Zayden Charles.
Driven and dependable.
Kareem Chugita.
Ambitious.
Jude Cooper.
Nonchalant.
Theon De Leon.
Tired, exhausted, and extroverted.
Caleb Eastman.
Helpful, hardworking, and confident.
Caetano Fox.
Ambitious and visionary.
Messiah Francis Clark.
Kind, smart, and hardworking.
Edward Hazelwood.
Extroverted.
Naim Johnson.
Driven, analytical, and headstrong.
Tyrone Joseph.
Enthusiastic.
Yeshaya Julian.
Goal-oriented.
Noah Lejean Scott.
Top man.
Kimani Legal.
Ambitious, pensive, and genuine. We continue with 5R.
Anton Ligay.
Anton is understanding.
Evan Logan.
Determined, ambitious, and resilient.
Philip Nelson.
Charismatic.
Obina Ojoro.
Friendly and ambitious.
Trevor Padilla.
Wholesome.
Andrew Prasad.
Respectful, dependable, and fun.
Nathaniel Peters.
Talented.
Emmanuel Prince.
Caring.
Rohan Ramdu.
Quiet.
Hakim Salandi.
Hardworking.
Amari Sion.
Meticulous and hardworking.
Kimani Sullivan.
Personable.
Nehemiah Thompson.
Hardworking, ambitious, and passionate.
Nathaniel Trim.
Driven, visionary, resilient.
Dahani Williams.
Intelligent.
Luke Williams.
Top man. Athletic. Thank you so much, Ms. Laljan. In 5O, there are 2 form teachers. Please welcome on stage Ms. Job, who shall present certificates for the first half of the class. And I must confess, I've been with this class since Form 3. They are my favorite class. So from 5O, we continue with 5O.
Jaden Abdul.
Funny, easygoing, a quick learner. Well, not then.
Rashawn Alexander.
A lover of literature.
Brian Boudram.
Funny, helpful, and respectful. And we continue with 5-0.
Jaden Christoph.
Ambitious, humble, and social.
Josiah Deloney Belleville.
Nonchalant.
Shay Dolly.
Respectful, charismatic, and humble.
Judah Douglas.
Simple.
Jaden Francis.
Resourceful.
Gervais Frederick.
Funny, energetic, and kind.
LeSean Gonzalez.
Hardworking, ambitious, and successful.
Caleb Gulston.
Optimistic and curious.
Yusuf Hussein.
Genuine, funny, and reliable.
Levi Jacob Kreft.
Driven, creative, and resilient.
Daniel James.
Insightful and perceptive.
Javier Jordan.
Brilliant, ambitious, and resilient.
Justin Jordan.
Determined, resilient, and steadfast.
Jaden Joseph.
Charismatic.
Jeremiah Julian.
Assertive.
Sekel McIntosh.
Hardworking, dedicated, and handsome.
Saeed Mohammed.
Outgoing, responsible, and disciplined. I was supposed to, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Come.
Michael Nicholas.
So thank you, Ms. Job. And now we move on to Mr. Rampol. I was having such a good time. So, Michael Nicholas, introverted. And we continue with 5-0.
Jared Phillip.
Jared Phillip, normal.
Daniel Rahman.
Funny, humble, chill.
Michael Rochford.
Simple.
Lucian Romeo.
Honest, kind, and trustworthy.
Shava Suklal.
Courageous.
Jelano Straker.
Ambitious. Congrats.
Michael Tardier.
energetic and kind.
Josh Taverneau.
Respectful and athletic.
Josiah Thomas.
Outgoing.
Jaheem Toussaint.
Determined, disciplined, and fair.
Kiefer Waldron.
Humorous and intelligent. Thank you so much, especially for understanding Mr. Rampol. 5Y has two form teachers, and this time I will remember. So please welcome on stage Mr. Sahadeo for the first half of the class. So we continue with 5Y.
Kimani Anthony.
Clever, mindful, and pleasant.
Kerry Batiste.
Soldier.
Marek Bengoche.
Fun.
Tariq Bradley.
Facetious, stubborn, and hardworking.
Elijah Bruce.
Chill.
Mikhail Calendar.
Creative.
Shemuel Kasimi.
Obviously friendly.
Tayshawn Chase.
Unique.
Nathaniel Dennis.
Introverted and analytical. And we continue with 5Y.
Shamari Downs.
Shamari says he's subversive.
Jaleel Eugene.
Equanimous.
Matthew Gordon.
Attentive, dependable, and collaborative.
Jovan Hackett. Caden Hector.
Chill and observant.
Josiah Howe.
Industrious, ambitious, and resilient.
Joshua Jackson.
Spacious.
Jaden Joseph.
Euphoric.
Jorel Lewis.
So, Mr. Sahadeo, Thank you so much. After Jorel. After Joel. Jorel Lewis, analyst. Thank you, Mr. Sahadiu. And please, can we welcome on stage Mr. Innes. Welcome to QRC's graduation.
Amani Moore.
Indefatigable.
Cristiano Perez.
Humble, resilient, and introverted.
Garen Phillips. Andre Rahaman.
Sharp, composed, and relentless.
Giovanni Rosso Correa.
Fun, outgoing, and social.
Brandon Salazar.
Juicy.
Joshawn Sheen.
Optimistic, charismatic, and disciplined.
Kevan Simmons.
Capable.
Christian Smith.
Outgoing.
Brishon Springer.
Innovative.
Nathaniel Stooge.
Cool. And we continue with 5Y.
Alejandro Suka.
Alejandro says he's unintrusive.
Kyrell Warner.
Patient, respectful, and quiet.
Kyle Williams.
Persistent, logical, and mindful.
Giovanni Wilson.
Judicious.
Jaden Wilson.
Creative, resourceful, and ambitious. Thank you so much, Mr. Innes. If it weren't for time, I'd say more. Let's welcome on stage the Form 5L form teacher, Ms. Richards. And we continue with, so we move on now to 5L.
Javid Alexander.
Friendly and charismatic.
Isaiah Bob.
And here's why. Reclusive and helpful.
Nathan Collymore.
Creative and talented.
Kylon Dudley.
Motivated and ambitious.
Micaiah Forbes.
Thoughtful, industrious, driven, and my nephew.
Dakarai Forgini.
Persistent, persevering, and dedicated.
Aidan Garcia.
Curious, inquisitive, and quiet.
Dietrich Gill.
Patient, persistent, and observant.
Adriel Harry.
Ever-changing. Yes, congratulations, Mr. Simon.
Joshua Hitlal.
Driven, friendly, and resilient.
Christopher Joseph.
A visionary.
Joshua Leons.
Kind, quiet, and sociable.
Malik Malchan.
Creative, ambitious, and calm.
Haniel McCarman.
Quiet.
Nathaniel Mackenzie.
Sociable.
Khalil Macmillan.
Rational, kind, and considerate. And we continue with 5L.
Jareem Mondesi.
Outgoing.
Shazad Nabi.
Respectful, humble, and driven.
Trey Padmore.
Driven.
Adam Panchu.
Dashing and fun.
Zane Patino.
Honest and reliable.
Sharu Prescott.
Creative.
Richard Ramdial.
Stressed.
Ketwana Ramkisoon Henry.
Determined.
Aryan Ramlakan.
Quiet.
Josiah Redmond.
Calm and relaxed.
Jaden Ribeiro Agard.
Hardworking, optimistic, and determined.
Khalil Seret.
Humble and optimistic.
Dakari Saint Hilaire.
Calm.
Josiah Subero.
Just cool.
Declan Sween.
Deliberate, intentional, and persistent.
Kamau Thomas.
Curious and jolly.
Joshua Wright.
Persistent, adaptable, and attentive. Thank you so much, Ms. Richards. Now, for Upper Sixth, let us hear from the Dean who has guided them through this last possible year in secondary school. Let's welcome on stage Ms. Charlene Thompson.
Mr. Claudel McKenna, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Education. Mrs. Simone Haynes Noel, School Supervisor 3, Port of Spain and Environs Educational District. Mr. Roger Prince, Guest Speaker. Mr. David Simon, Principal, Queen's Royal College. Mr. Irfan Mohammed, Vice Principal, Queen's Royal College. Ms. Asha Claxton, President, Queen's Royal College PTA and other PTA executive members. Mr. Gabriel Gomez, Assistant Secretary, QRC OBA. Members of staff of Queen's Royal College, parents and well-wishers, and most importantly, the graduates of class of 2025. Good afternoon. Today is a momentous occasion, a celebration of a group of exceptional young men, the graduates of 2025. It is my distinct honor to address you on this memorable day. Let me begin by expressing my heartfelt gratitude to our principal, Mr. David Simon, for granting me the privilege to serve you as your dean and to speak to you today. I also extend sincere thanks to our head prefect, deputy head prefects, and the entire prefect body. You have all demonstrated commitment and maturity as you balance the weight of your academic responsibility with the demands of leadership. Your dedication reminds us that service is not just about duty, it is the foundation for strong, compassionate leadership. Form 6 was no easy feat. In many ways, it was the rehearsal for the next act in the play of life, adulthood. So let me take a moment to say congratulations to both you and your parents who worked in tandem with the college to get you to this milestone. You've completed this important chapter, and we are incredibly proud of you. As you step through the gates of our prestigious institution, Queen's Royal College, I'd like to leave you with a few thoughts and reflections that I hope will guide you as you chart your own course in the world. Booker T. Washington once said, "Character, not circumstances, makes the man." In other words, good character is the quiet strength that outlasts talent, outshines status, and outweighs circumstances. It is your superpower. What is character? Well, it's the sum of your moral, spiritual, and mental qualities. It shapes your reputation and lays the groundwork for your legacy. What do you want your legacy to say? Will it speak of honesty, integrity, dependability, compassion, or will it echo with the sounds of selfishness, dishonesty, and arrogance? Your character reflects not only on you, but on your parents, your mentors, and this great school. As Caribbean men, when you eventually take to the national, regional, and world stage Ask yourselves, do you want to be remembered like Nelson Mandela or as a reviled, idiotic buffoon? Within each of you is the capacity to learn, to grow, to evolve. But the journey doesn't stop here, so you simply must keep learning. You will apply your existing knowledge, beliefs, and expectations as you strive to make sense of your part in this world. Have an image of your future and the capacity, the will, and the endurance to achieve it. Chase after those dreams and aspirations. But in doing so, remember that success doesn't happen in a day. I know that we live in a world where everything seems instant fame, instant success. But the truth is, real success, the kind that lasts, takes time. As I reflected on what insights I wanted to share with you, I came across a quote that really resonated with me. It's from, yes, Gladys Knight, one of the most respected voices of soul in music, and she famously put it and said, "Overnight success doesn't happen overnight." And that's the truth. Behind every moment that looks like a breakthrough, there are the years of sacrifice, failure, frustration, and faith. There is no shortcut to growth, no fast-forward button to becoming your best self. So, if you don't see results right away, don't be discouraged. Keep going. Stay patient with your process, because your success story might not happen overnight, but it will happen in its time. For those of you who take a gap year and join the labor force, remember there is value in every job that you do. Don't look at others and their pace. Every job, regardless of its requirements, teaches you life lessons in service, in courtesy, and professionalism. Education doesn't end in the classroom, as you know, and it is not just about academics. Life will demand that you constantly analyze, reflect, and adapt. Use your knowledge and experiences to widen your perspective. The human mind, once expanded, can never contract to its original size. And as you grow, give back. The concept of giving back to society should be cultivated in your psyche until it is second nature, because that is the QRC way. This country, your country, has invested in you. Your parents, your teachers, your communities, they have also contributed to your success. Your parents, their contribution to your development can never be quantified. Other persons and entities also played a part directly and indirectly. So do not see service as a burden, an obligation, or for public accolade, but with altruism in your contribution to your nation. Reach back and lift others as you climb. In pursuing your goals, value others regardless of their means. And when you reach higher ground, never look down on others who may be less fortunate, who may be in a less fortunate position than yourself. Have compassion. Reach out. You may not know which rung on the ladder that person is. Stay humble. Your time at the college has not only equipped you with academic qualifications, but skills to shape your intellect, forge your resilience, test your perseverance, and strengthen your values. These lessons are not found on pages of school text, but they matter immensely as you move into the adulthood. A skill can be taught, but your character is developed from within. Remember that the principal goal of education is to create human beings who understand their purpose in unlocking change in the world. Your certificates and accolades are important, yes, but remember, it is what you do with them that defines your character and your impact. You are QRC men, graduates of a great institution. For your entire life, you will be known as products of Queen's Royal College, Blue Bloods. Let that mean something. Spread your wings across the globe, but always let your roots remind you of your duty to this region, your country, and most definitely your school. As I leave you today, I want you to remember a few key things. Be a force for good, no matter the field you enter. There are too many idiots, tyrants, egomaniacs in leading positions in the world. Embrace the challenges. They are part of your unique story. Build your brand. Let it be defined not just by your achievements, but by the strength of your character and the clarity of your values. In building your brand, remember, money isn't everything. Pursue excellence in whatever fuels your passion, and do it with your heart. Honor your parents and your teachers, the ones who shaped your journey. Value others regardless of their background, their race, their sexual orientation, their religion, their economic status. Kindness is not weakness, it is a mark of strength. I will close with something I hope stays with you. It is a quote from what I consider a really cool, philosophical, talented human being whose legacy lives on in his music. It's spreading spreading a message of love, of kindness, and a hope for mankind. A message that I wish for all of you. And those words of wisdom come from the late, great Bob Marley when he said, "Never be ashamed to say that you have made a mistake. Correct it. It makes you wiser than you were yesterday." This is learning. Class of 2025, go boldly, go humbly, and go and make your mark. Magnamis Curasi.
Thank you to the lovely Miss Thompson. The form teacher of Upper 6R is Miss Simon. Miss Simon, can you join us on stage? We continue with Upper 6R.
Marvin Allen.
Resilient.
Obayele Antoine.
Inquisitive, observant, and dedicated.
Odele Antoine.
Ambitious, diligent, and dedicated.
Liam Blaze.
Willing, loyal, and responsible.
Deshaun Boynes.
Deferential and insightful. We continue with upper 6R.
Zion Chuck.
Zion is resilient and driven.
Deshaun Cole.
The fastest.
Joshua Cummins.
Anything goes.
Christian Furman.
Disciplined, smart, a leader.
Sinon Fletcher.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Philip Gray.
Philip would like you to know that he's scintillating.
Tyrese Lewis.
Generous.
Dylan Liverpool.
Resilient.
John Malik Mahon.
Versatile and dedicated.
Kishon Martin.
Blessed, inquisitive, and hardworking.
Christoph McKellar.
The distinction boss.
Javier Millington.
Endured, attentive, and multifaceted.
Micah Nelson.
Determined.
Anthony Prescott.
Determined.
Real Warner.
Gregarious, tenacious, and ostentatious.
Jahim Afan.
Thank you very much. After Jahim. After, yes. It's Jahim, and Jahim says he is hardworking.
Nehemiah Batiste.
Thank you very much. So, Mr. Smith?
Jace Boodoo.
Just a minute, Mr. Smith.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you very much, Miss.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Miss Thompson, can you join us on stage, please? So we continue with upper 6O.
Jace Boodoo.
Ambitious and hardworking, just like Nehemiah Batiste.
Seth Bradley.
Unflappable.
Christopher Bryan.
Composed, meticulous, and resolute.
Andal Dolly.
Dedicated, ambitious, easygoing.
Anil Gosine.
energetic, passionate, and authentic. We continue with Upper 6O.
Jerome Holder.
Jerome wants you to know that he's honorable, reliable, and adaptable.
Jacques Hope.
Humorous and mindful.
Niger Isaacs.
Quiet.
Shaheem Lezama.
Persistent.
Timothy Martin.
Approachable, dependable, and empathetic.
Adrian McEwen.
Hardworking.
Christian Modest.
Courageous, conscious, and courteous.
Kailash Ramlal.
Responsible, kind, and hardworking.
Armando Shampoo.
Composed and hardworking.
Chaz Sweet.
Giddy.
Nicholas Andre Thompson.
Disciplined and respectful.
Jordan Williams.
Hardworking and persistent. So that closes Upper 6O. Thank you, Ms. Thompson, for standing in for Mr. Grant. And for Upper 6Y, let's welcome on stage the beautiful Miss Sherry Ann Bridgewater. We continue with Upper 6Y.
Kieran Castillo.
Blessed, composed, and optimistic.
Meshach Charles.
Veritable, tenacious, and empathetic.
Andre Tariq Deboud.
Reserved, ostentatious, and empathetic.
Michael Elder.
Social, efficient, and caring.
Elijah Gibson.
Happy.
Jaden Hill.
Sincere, brilliant, and diplomatic.
Israel James.
Diligent, adaptable, and responsible.
Shayon King.
Truly a quiet achiever.
Jake Lewis.
Evolving.
Darren Lewis.
Sociable.
Shay McKenzie.
Nonchalant.
Jimon Peters.
Disciplined, kind, a 225 boss.
Kian Rupnarain.
Accurate, compassionate,
Tyreek Squires.
Stoic, kind-hearted, and optimistic.
LaShawn Street.
Purpose-driven and articulate.
Jarrell Thomas.
Talkative, resourceful, and outgoing. Oh, so true. So, this is the end of the presentation of certificates to the graduates of 2025.
Thank you, Ms. Forbes, Mr. Smith, and our team. It is my distinct honor to introduce our esteemed guest speaker, Mr. Roger Prince, a highly accomplished professional whose career spans over 3 decades across multiple disciplines, countries, and industries. Mr. Prince holds a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics and Economics and a Diploma in Education from the University of the West Indies. He furthered his academic pursuits with a Master of Science in Sports Administration, bringing a unique blend of expertise in education and sports management. In addition to this academic qualification, Mr. Prince holds qualified teacher status and is an accomplished UEFA, Union of European Football Associations, B license coach, as well as a Level 3 football referee certified in the United Kingdom. Over the past 30 years, Mr. Prince has made a significant impact as an educator, teaching mathematics, business, and economics in diverse settings, including the Bahamas, Barbados, the United States, and the United Kingdom. His versatility and commitment to excellence have left an indelible mark on students and institutions worldwide. Beyond the classroom, Mr. Prince has combined his passion for education with his love for sports, serving as a football coach and referee in Pennsylvania, USA, London, UK, and Trinidad and Tobago. His dedication to mentoring and guiding young athletes exemplifies his belief in the transformative power of sports and education. Ladies and gentlemen, please join with me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Roger Prince.
Thank you very much. For the sake of time, I'll just have to say all protocols observed. It's good to be home. It's good to be here with you guys. And it's now 39 years since I left Form 5. And I sat with your principal, the same class, playing on the same championship team in 1987. Then I came back as a coach after leaving university to coach our team in 1996, 1997, when we became national champions of this country. Your English teacher, Mr. Gaston, is he here? He was the first stopper. Nothing went past him. Went to Tobago twice. Signal Hill, Licks. St. Anthony's came, Licks. St. Augustine. So he gave me the impetus to travel. I went to the UK in 2000. And oh, what a change it was. Now, I have prepared about 3 or 4 pages here, too. But I won't go through those pages. It's late. So, PJ, Anil, when you were speaking, you brought back so many memories. Memories of us in the cafeteria, buying from Sunny, not Mom's. It was Sunny then, doubles. And I would like to welcome you to the family of Blue Bloods. You guys, you're just starting to become something. You were graduates about an hour ago, you're now graduates. And I'd like to say this to you. We will welcome you to the family of Blue Bloods. I'm speaking not just as a past student, but as a family of guys. And we still meet on a Sunday at 5:30. If you want to see walking football, come see us any Sunday, 5:30 in front of the pavilion. But having spent 15 years abroad, despite my qualifications, despite my experience, I have to say this to you. The experience at QRC helped me through it all. I had to fight not just racism, nepotism. I remember one time going to Germany to coach at Mönchengladbach. My German wasn't that good. I was placed in a room with no heat. And in speaking to the other coaches at Mönchengladbach, they were asking me, why were you placed there? I said, I don't know. And I spoke to the officials. I went around and around. And it was a guy by the name of Nolly Alexander who came to my rescue. Wasn't a QRC student, but he loved QRC so much, we adopted him. And he resolved the situation. I broke down and I told him this. Your love for QRC and your love for us got me through that situation. And I could go on and on. And as we welcome you, the future pilots, engineers, scientists, road sweepers, DJs, I will say this to you. Unless you understand your value now, embrace what you have learned and experienced at QRC. Embrace the foundation that you feel right now. You must embrace it. We await you, the Blue Bloods of this nation and scattered worldwide. Embrace change. Shift your identity. Get comfortable with uncertainty. Upgrade your life skills. Stick with your blue blood friends. Try, fail, and adjust. Build a vision and not just a plan. Take care of your mental health. Your principal told you the last one. Enjoy life. We enjoyed life. It's over 45 years of friendship with Mr. Simon. And when he called me 2 weeks ago, he said, listen, I want you to speak to these guys about change. I want you to share some of your experiences with him. Now, I refereed one of my biggest games at the London Colony. Any Arsenal fans here? At the London Colony is the home of where the Arsenal team train. And everyone thought I was the fourth official, or I may be one of the reserves for the Arsenal team. But I had to prove not just my competency or my competence on the field. I had to show that my worth as a referee meant something. So I think it was Hertfordshire versus Arsenal. The match drew. And I had to wait 3 years to be accredited to move up to a level 2 referee in the United Kingdom. I would let you think about why I had to wait 3 years. My accent, my Trinidadian nature, the fact that I am from the third world, and it's becoming even more competitive, even more difficult. Visas are being imposed on us. For what reason? I don't know. You can figure it out. We are being restricted in most parts of the world. But I'll tell you this, your strength, your ambition, what I heard here tonight, will be the qualities that you will need. The biggest one, resilience. And as I told the team in the dressing room back then in 1997, this is to go on to the last game. We were down 2-0 on our ground. And I looked at Sterling Rivers and Linton Gaston, Sterling. I said, we are down 2-0. This is St. Benedict's. This is halftime. I said, I am not leaving this ground. You are not leaving this ground if we don't win this game this evening. They were kicking against coming down to the Ministry of Education, what it was then. And my colleagues, Blue Bloods, Prince, we can't win this. St. Benedict's too good. The goalkeeper too good. We looking the part. So I told my 2 strikers, just get into the box and fall. Hold on to the ball and go down. We had 3 free kicks. In 10 minutes and scored 2. It was 2-2. My next instruction was, look at the clock, believe in yourself. We went on to win that game 4-2. Now, based on all that I've heard tonight, it has been 40 years since I sat here. I know you can do it. I know you may be down 2-0. Parents, there are 2 books, The Minds of Boys, Saving Our Sons by Michael Gurian. I advocate this for every parent. The Minds of Boys, Saving Our Sons by Michael Gurian. We had, yes, our war chant. A boomalak, a yak, yak, yak. A jakalak, a yak, yak, yak. A boomalak, a jakalak, a who are we? We are the men of QRC. So we said this, halftime, before, after the games, we believed in ourselves. You believe in yourself. And what I heard tonight from all of the teachers, the deans, what I heard tonight from your prefects, from the principal, brought back so many great memories. And I'm standing here today saying, well, where did the time go? My first mortgage, QRC student, hey, Prince, come, here's $1 million, build your house. My first job, National Feed Mills, is Mr. Jordan Sylvia. Those 2 guys with the first class honors, don't worry about them. You report to us Monday. I was wearing my ring. So if you don't have a ring, buy one. I was stranded at Miami coming home one Christmas, and well, I had economy tickets with my family sitting at Miami International Airport. And his flight was full, and they told us basically, well, You didn't confirm your seats back then. We had to confirm the seats. The flight is full, it's Christmas, and you can't go down. And my children were desperate to come home for Christmas out of Miami International Airport. So we were about to go back to the hotel, and along came one of our midfielders, Felipe Butcher. And he touched me, "Sir, what's going on?" I said, "Well, I'm not on the flight." He said, "Sit right here with your family." Another blue blood. I heard Prince family of 4, first class. Felipe, "Sir, I am flying the plane." Do not lose contact. It's easier now. Form your WhatsApp groups. You are going out there together. Fight for each other. We welcome you. Wear your ring. Be proud. So, in closing, as you stand on this edge, at the end of this chapter, looking out at the next, remember this. Graduation is not the end of school. It's the beginning of becoming. You are becoming a true blue blood. Over the years, you've grown together through challenges, laughter, late nights, early mornings. We've learned more than just mathematics, science, and history. You've learned how to show up, how to fall, how to get back up, how to be there for each other, how to be there for each other. Trust me, you don't have it all figured out. No one does. But you have the power to learn and adapt. And this is what QRC teaches us, to learn and adapt and to lead with kindness. You are the future. You are the present. You look back at your past and it excites you. Speak up for what matters. And when the path feels unclear, look around, find a blue blood. He will clarify it for you. Trust that you are still becoming the person that you're meant to be. Class of 2025. A boomalak, a yak, yak, yak. A jakalak, a yak, yak, yak. A boomalak, a jakalaka, who are we? We are the men of QRC. You've made it, embrace it. Let's make something even greater together in the years to come. I thank you. All the best, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Mr. Prince. Done in fine blue blood style. A product here we experience of a distinct mark of a QRC blue blood. Yes? So thank you very much. So now we would have...
At this time, we'd like to call up the QRC graduates of the ISCF program to come on stage for a picture, and that will be with the president of the ISCF. Mr. Hayes. So as they come up, we'll just call the names. Kishon Martin of Upper 6, he's the president. We have Anthony Prescott of Upper 6, the secretary. Christopher Bryan of Upper 6, Kieran Castillo of Upper 6, Israel James of Upper 6, Christian Morris of Upper 6, Seth Bradley of Upper 6, Timothy Martin of Upper 6, Theon De Leon of Form 5, and Micaiah Forbes of Form 5. and they will also receive ISCF certificates.
So in the interest of time, we're just presenting them and saying thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen. Let's give them a round of applause.
Okay, I'll tell him.
And at this point in time, we'd like to welcome to the stage to do a special presentation. Let's welcome Mr. David Simon, our principal.
It's been a very long evening we are in tonight. However, it is one that I know that you as parents certainly would have enjoyed, and you deserve this moment. I'm here to make a special presentation to someone. She isn't aware that she is going to be presented with this. But one of our mistresses of ceremony, Mrs. Anne Boeing Forbes, I would like to call to the stage. Mrs. Forbes is going to be retiring soon. Wow. Seeing men with their hands over their mouth. She is deserving of a rest. What do I say about Mrs. Forbes? I mean, you saw it. You see what we are going to be missing. She has been a mistress of ceremony for so many of our formal events. What I always loved about her is her diction. If you listen to how she speaks, how she pronounces her words, her precision, her professionalism, and most importantly, she has always been a mother at Queen's Royal College. When I thought about, in fact, saying thank you to her, I started to write a few words, and then I threw them away. There's absolutely no reason for me to prepare what I need to say about Mrs. Forbes. It's very easy to come from my heart. Queen's Royal College is going to be missing a very important link in our family. But as all the speakers said, none more eloquently than my head prefect. But what he's really saying was embodied in a very, very famous song a long time ago. And the essence is what Mrs. Forbes most definitely knows. You can check out, but you will never leave Queen's Royal College. So we will allow her, when it's retirement time, to check out. But we will always maintain at the Royal Place a special space in our hearts for Mrs. Anne Boeing Forbes. And I will encourage everyone to stand at this point in time and give her a standing ovation, thanking her for everything she has done. When next she graces the stage, because we will have her back, she is not going to be a teacher, she would have retired. But Mrs. Forbes, we want to say thank you, and I do have a special presentation to make to you. She has to do one thing though. We are going to present it to her. I know ladies like to slowly unwrap things. If she's having any difficulties, I will rip it apart for her. That's how most men do it. But I'm going to make a presentation to her because we want you to see what we are in fact giving her, because we want you to share that special moment with her. So I now present to Mrs. Ann Bowen Forbes a token of appreciation from all of her sons. Miss, your sons are saying to rip it. I think we do have one other presentation, but I think that's our guest speaker. All right? In QRC, men don't present gifts to each other. That's not how we do it. Y'all can take your seats. But I will say this. I don't know where she is, but I'm going to ask Mrs. Sion Abner Glace if she can come to help me make this presentation. Let's give her a round of applause. Mr. Roger Prince. I don't think I have to say anything. I think you recognize that as QRC young men, I will say to you, you need to read the situation. And Mr. Prince read the situation perfectly. He threw away his speech, recognizing the time that we were operating with. He spoke to you from the heart. And I think you recognize how well we as Royalians are able to do that. So be reminded. A very special friend of mine, we went to school together. That bond is never, ever broken between us Bluebirds. I call to the stage to receive a special presentation from all of Queen's Royal College, Mr. Roger Prince. I will now hand back over to our mistress of ceremony to remember that this is the last time we'll be seeing her performing these duties in the particular capacity as a teacher of Queen's Royal College at her graduation. Let's give her a rounds of applause as she comes.
I graduate in November. We have some months yet.
All right. So it is that time for our graduates to share with us their theme song. So let us welcome them as the class of 2025 as they perform their graduation song, Forever Young, by Alphaville. Those words of your song, keep it dear to you in times when you remember this moment, yes? So thank you very much. So at this time, we would want to please ask Mr. Gabriel Gomez to come and join us for the expression of thanks, Assistant Secretary of the Old Boys Association.
Okay, I'll try to make it quick. Give me at least 5 minutes. All right. Good evening, distinguished guests, faculty, parents, and above all, our graduating students. On behalf of the Queen's Royal College Old Boys Association, it is my honor to extend heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this evening's graduation ceremony a success, not just logistically, but in spirit, substance, and with change. We begin by recognizing Nathaniel and Jermon Peters for their opening performance on the national instrument. To our esteemed guest speaker and proud old boy, Mr. Roger Prince, thank you for returning to your alma mater. Your words will no doubt stay with these young men as they chart their own paths and contribute to the development of this great nation. To our capable MCs, Ms. Patrice Duggins and Mrs. Anne Bowen Forbes, thank you for your grace and clarity throughout the program. To our student leaders, Anil Gosain, head boy, and deputy head boys, Kieran Costello and Kishon Martin. You have led with maturity and integrity, standing as strong representatives of the college's values. Our sincere thanks to Mrs. Natasha Lewis dos Santos, Dean of Form 5, Mr. Samuel Barron, Assistant Form 5 Dean, and Ms. Charlene Thompson, Dean of Form 6, for the continuous guidance, support, dedication, and care you have shown to the students under your charge. We are grateful to Mrs. Simon Haynes Noel, School Supervisor, for your continued presence and care for student development. We thank the following Form 5 and Upper 6 teachers who have gone far beyond the call of duty to support, mentor, and impart knowledge to these young men with dedicated time and energy. Form 5 teachers, bear with me, Ms. Benita Lalchan, Ms. Nzinga Job, Mr. David Rampol, Mr. Luke Sahadio, Mr. Richard Ennis, and Ms. Janelle Richards. Upper 6 teachers, Ms. Avalon Simon, Mr. Christopher Grant, and Ms. Sherry Ann Bridgewater. We recognize Ms. Sabrina Charan for her artistic contributions, Mr. Mark Joseph, fellow old boy, for the generous loan of his artwork, and Mrs. Carla Bryan's photography/media club for capturing the evening with professionalism and care. To the QRC PTA, we deeply appreciate your partnership. Your ongoing commitment strengthens the school community and ensures that the QRC standard remains high. A special acknowledgement and sincere appreciation to the following staff members who ensure the smooth execution of this event. We have Ms. Samantha Ramdeen, head of the graduation committee, Ms. Sion Abner Glass, Mr. Joshua Peru Ishmael, Mr. Ryan Smith, Mrs. Kellyanne Roberts, again, Ms. Nzinga Job, Ms. Samaya Ali Mohammed, Ms. Rasmati Munilal, Ms. Chanel Reyes, Mr. Rajiv Ganesh, and Ms. Jamela Jacob. Your steady hands and your commitment to high standards have ensured that QRC remains not only relevant, but revered. To Mr. David Simon, Principal, and Mr. Irfan Mohammed, Vice Principal, your contributions go far beyond administration. Under your leadership and with the aid of your team, the college continues to produce not just academically gifted students, but well-rounded young men of discipline, respect, and purpose. Your guidance sets the tone, your decisions shape lives, and your leadership has made it possible for this graduating class to walk out of QRC's gates ready to take on the world. Now a word to our graduates. The QRC Old Boys Association has proudly served as a link between past and present students for over 90 years. Our mission is simple but powerful: to preserve the traditions of Queen's Royal College, to support the development of the school, and to maintain the lifelong brotherhood of blue bloods across the globe. We encourage each of you, today's graduates, to stay connected and to become active members of the OBA. This college has given you a foundation. The OBA offers you a way to give back, to stay grounded in your roots, and to uplift those who follow in your footsteps. Tonight, we have witnessed excellence, and we are reminded that the QRC spirit is very much alive in the hearts of these young men here today, and in the generations of the old boys cheering them on. Congratulations, class of 2025. Wear the name Queen's Royal College with pride, and remember, long live the college. Thank you, and good night.
So we are closing up. The Very Old Boys Association, gentlemen, they have a token for you. When you exit, they will have a token out in the lobby. Please collect your token. Secondly, as you know, the grad dinner is at Hyatt this Thursday. It begins at 6:30 p.m. The dinner and dance. Tickets are still available until tomorrow, Wednesday at 2 p.m. After that time, tickets for the graduation dinner and dance will not be available. And as we close up, Patrice, it has been a delight to share this occasion with you. And gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure that you recognize that the future graduations are in very good hands. They
Speechless. No words.
They are.
And so thank you, Ms. Fox, for being an example, an exemplar mistress of ceremonies.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Learning from the best. And so we invite everyone to stand for the recession of the graduates.
I would like you to know that the song that you're about to hear was composed by, gentlemen, the song that you're about to hear was composed by one of the graduates, Shekel McIntosh. And yes, guys, you are to remain seated at this time until it's your turn. Shekel, yeah, we have to give the cue. So we invite everyone else to stand for the recession of the graduates of the class of 2025. Where's Shekel? Come on. Take over.
We blew, yeah. I'm coming home, I'm coming back again.
Class of 2025. We made it. So here what I want you to do. I need some help with this. Right now I want you to say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. Put your hand in the air. Hey, class of 2025, listen. Last night I dreamt I was in blue heaven, surrounded by blue blood royalians. What a sight, what an experience. In my presence, Dr. Eric Williams, he said, I'm coming home, I'm coming back. Let me hear you. I'm coming home, right back to Port of Spain. I'm coming home, blue blood flow in my veins. I'm coming home. Give us some hype now. Yeah, 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 sing. I'm coming. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm coming. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming, I'm coming. Blue. I say, the blue. We coming down blue. Blue. Up to the top, standing where we belong. Round the savannah, singing loud and proud. Black Jacobin against we have no shame. Words echoed by the Gracie L.R. James. He said, I'm coming home, I'm coming. On top, sing, I'm coming home, right back to Porter. Sing, I'm coming home, blue blood flow in my veins. I'm coming home, I'm coming back again this side. I'm coming, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm coming, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm coming, yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell them I'm coming. coming. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm coming.
Blue blood family.
Listen to the words.
Yes,
Great is the college. QRC to the world. So if it's a proud alien, this verse here, listen. Blue blood brothers under from wherever, we bringing back the spirit of our forefathers. Great is the college, we never rest. So blue bloods forever, we shout Magnum S. He said, I'm coming again, sing, I'm coming again, sing, I'm coming again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. We coming. Oh yeah. We coming. Oh yeah. Clap if you love QRC, man. Oh yeah. I'm coming back again. I'm coming back home. Yes. The blue bloods, they're coming back home. And I have to end it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's keep the music going. Keep it. Wheel.
We blue, yeah. I'm coming home, I'm coming back again. I'm coming home, right back to Port of Spain. I'm coming home, right back in the veins.
Teachers, is it possible for us to have a picture? Are the teachers available to have a picture? What is that?
Last night I dreamt I was in blue heaven, surrounded by blue blood aliens. What a sight!
Miss Bradley, Miss Jacob, let's have pictures with you guys.
She said, I'm coming home, I'm coming back again.
Yes.
I'm coming home,
We should have it here.
Port of Spain. I'm coming home.
Let's come on stage.
I'm coming home, I'm coming back again.
To invite any teaching staff to come up on stage and take a picture. Please, thank you.
Up to the top standing where we belong. Round the savannah singing loud and proud. Black Jacob, no games, we have no shame. Words echoed by the great CLR James. He said, I'm coming home.
Yes, our lovely staff, hard-working staff. We welcome them up here.
I'm coming home, blue blood flow in my veins. I'm coming home, I'm coming back again. I'm coming, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm coming, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Miss Job, Miss Jacob, Miss Regis. Where you see Regis?
Blue blood family. Yes, great to see college man.
Yes, Miss Regis. Come on.
Oh,
Come
yes.
quickly, let's do this picture.
Blue
Miss
blood brothers
Mackenzie.
from wherever. We bring back the spirit of our forefathers. Great is the college, no, we never rest. Blue blood forever, we shout Magnum S. We say we coming home, we coming back again. We coming home, back to Port of Spain. We coming home, resistance ring